Hi guys, welcome to this class. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about trucks and handling equipments. Trucks and the material handling equipments. Here we have different types of equipments which are used in the construction sites. Those are of belts, conveyors, forklifts, mobile cranes, tower cranes, and hoist. Belt conveyors. The belt conveyor is an endless belt moving over two end pulleys at fixed positions and used for transporting material horizontally or at an inclined up or down. In this inclination position, these belt conveyors are known as elevators, which we regularly seen in the cinema halls, malls, and other shopping malls, etc. So in those malls, we can observe these elevators. These are vertically inclined or vertically carrying the materials on the conveyor. So the basic designs is of the belt. It forms the moving and a supporting surface on which the conveyed material rides. It is the tractive element. It forms the supporters. These are the idlers where these belt conveyors uh, are to be supported, and these idlers can carry and return stands of the belt and pulleys. It supports and move the belt and control its tension, drives and imparts power to one or more pulleys to move the belt and its loads. Portable. Here, the portable conveyors are used primarily for applications involving mobility and space is a high priority. And portable conveyors are very versatile. They can carry up to loads of about 1000 lbs, depends on the angle of these portable machinery used, and can fold up to 5 to 10 feet and extend up to 17 feet. These are more common for small scale productions where use is temporary. And in these portable conveyors, they having high mobility, and they can be they can be folded up to 5 to 10 feet and extend up to 17 feet. The rollers. The roller conveyor consisting of fixed location rollers for which materials are moved by gravity or propulsions. They can safely go up to 60 feet per 60 foot per meter, 60, depending on the size of the material. It can carry up to loads of 25,000 lbs, and its most depends on support and material used. These no real restrictions on volume of subjects used on the conveyors. Inexpensive, simple to use, and can vary depending upon the needs of the businesses. These roller conveyors can be inexpensive and can be very simple to use and can carry heavy loads. Depending upon the purpose of nature of the work, we can use the type of roller conveyor. So the applications of these roller conveyors are a wider range of materials can be handled, which pose problems in other transportation means. Higher capacity can be handled than any other form of conveyors at a considerable lower cost per ton kilometer. So here the long distances can be covered more economically than any other mean of transportation system. A single belt conveyors or a series of belt conveyors can do this. Here in these conveyors, we can enlarge these conveying equipments by adding up of next layer of next belt conveyors. to the present conveyors, and we can prolong the distance, and we can extend the distance of the materials they are carrying. The conveyors carrying covering the small area in the previous, and now they can carry much more when we additionally join some other conveyors, and these are the most economical and most uh, easy mean of transportation system available in the sites. So these single built series are a series of built conveyors, If uh, the material to be transferred to a smaller area, there is a single belt conveyor can be useful, and these materials can extend the distance. The materials, the raw materials which are traveling on the belt conveyors can carry to the other side of the site. So we can add a number of belt conveyors to one on another, so that these belt conveyors act like transportation equipment which can transport most economically and most easily simply way of transporting raw materials from one port of the site to the other side of the site. And these are the, here you can observe in this picture, this is the forklift. It can lift the loads vertically to some extent. So a fork truck, also called as lift truck, a fork truck or a forklift is a powered industrial truck which is used to lift and move materials for short distances. The forklift was developed in the early 20th century by various companies, including the transmission manufacturing company Clark and the Horst company, L and Tony Manufacturing. From then, the forklifts have become an indispensable piece of equipment in manufacturing and warehousing operations. In a warehouse, we can observe these marts and grocery stores. They can keep these materials in a high warehousing. In warehouses, they place these materials in high range. So to lift these materials upward, or to carry these materials, so they use as these forklifts are used for lifting up of the materials to place in such high places, and to can carry for short distances in the malls or the marts. Components of a forklift. Here, the steering wheel, which is a circular in, and there's a mast which provides guard for the and which provides load to withstand that lifting load. So this is the backrest where the materials which we are lifting can be rested or supported to this backrest. And these are the, here you can see this is the carriageway, and these are the two forks which can lift the raw material upward, or to move these raw materials or the materials which we are selected from shorter distances. These are the drive wheels and tilt cylinder, and here is the overhead guard for the, if any vertical lifting up of the material cannot bear these mast or lift cylinder, so they may fall. If the larger materials, if the height of the material we are transporting may not be fixed into this carriage, where the folks cannot lift those amount of those amount of raw materials, they may fall off. So to overguard the operator safety, we provide overhead guard. This is the operator seat here, and he is guarded by the overhead guard and counterweight. Here, this body acts as the counterweight for the weight which we are lifting through the fork. And forklift weights are rated for loads at a specified maximum weight. This information is located on a nameplate provided by the manufacturer, and loads must not exceed these specifications. A truck lift can weigh 2 or 3 times as much as the lifted capacity. A lift truck usually weighs twice as its capacity, and these truck weights of an estimated weight of 8,000 lbs and a capacity of 4,000, and an operator of weight 175, total 12,175 lbs of weight is carried forward by the wheels of the forklift vehicle. This is the center of gravity. The black spot indicates in the triangle below represents the center of gravity. The center of gravity shifts according to the movement of the truck. If the center of gravity moves outside the triangle, the truck will overturn. The truck will overturn. If it the center of gravity from the vehicle move outwards through of that triangle, which we can observe here. So if the overturning of vehicle may be seen in the if the center of gravity may changes, shows the center of gravity shifts when the truck is loaded and braking. And here in the figure number 2, you can observe the center of gravity shift when the truck is uneven or turning with excessive speed. So if the center of gravity of the forklift comes out or moves out of that triangle, then the vehicle can overturn. Cranes. Construction cranes are generally classified as construction cranes are generally classified as mobile cranes and tower cranes. The crawler cranes, the full revolving superstructure of this unit is mounted on a pair of uh, continuous parallel crawler trucks. The machines of 100-ton capacity and above are built for lift capability and do not have heavier components required for duty of this cycle of work. The crawler cranes range in lifting capacity from about 40 to 3,500 short tons. That is nothing but 35.72 long and tons, and 36.3 to 3175 tons. And these crawler cranes have both advantages and disadvantages depending upon their mode of use we are using. And their main advantage is that they can move around on site and perform each lift with a little setup. Since the crane is stable on its tracks with no outriggers, and in addition, a crawler crane is capable of traveling with a load. The main disadvantage is that they are very heavy and cannot easily be moved from one job site to the another without significant expense. Typically, a large crawler must be disassembled and moved by trucks, rail cars, or ships to its next locations. The soil failure under these machines is also a problem when they are operating on soils of low bearing capacity. These are the crawler cranes. Here, if you can observe the soil bearing capacity is low, so these base plates, these crawler crane chains beneath that is been fully immersed into the soil. So this increases the height of the equipment. And if in the rainy season, if in the rainy season or in a muddy wet soils, these crawler cranes cannot be operated. So lifting capacities in pounds for 200-ton, nominally rating a crawler crane with 180 foot of boom. Rough terrain cranes. A crane mounted on an undercage with four rubber tires that is designed for pickup and carry operations and for off-road and rough terrain applications. The outriggers are used to level and stabilize the crane for hoisting. These telescopic cranes are single engine machines with the same engine powering the undercarriage and the crane, similarly to a crawler crane. In a rough terrain crane, the engine is usually mounted in the undercarriage rather than in the upper, as with crawler crane. Most have four-wheel drive and four-wheel steering, which allows them to transfers tighter and slicker terrain than a standard truck crane with less site preparations. These cranes can have a high ground clearance and ability to move upon slopes of up to 50 to 70% percentage, and they are sometimes also referred as cherry pickers. The most common models are in the range of 18 to 15 tons. They are used as utility machines. They are primarily lift machines, but are capable of light intermittent duty of cycle work. These are the rough terrain cranes, which are of having four wheels, and four-wheel drive can be arranged for these type of uh, cranes, and these can travel on a rough terrain also and can carry heavy loads up to 18 to 15 tons. These truck mounted cranes, a crane mounted on a truck carrier, provides the mobility for this type of crane. This crane has two parts. The the earlier often referred to as the lower, and the lifting component, which includes the boom, referred to as the upper. These are matted together through a turnable and allowing the upper to swing from side to side. The upper is usually powered by hydraulics run through the turnable from the pump mounted on the lower. Generally, these cranes are able to travel on highways, eliminating the need for special equipment to transport the crane unless weight or other size constructions are in place, such as local laws. Many trucks cranes Many trucks cranes have slow traveling capacity while suspending a load. Great care must be taken not to swing the load sideways from the direction of travel. Here you can observe if A is of boom length and B is of working radius. If boom length of 10.65 meters, it can work range of about 3. So here, if the boom length is 18, the work range is of between a minimum of 3 meters and a maximum of 28 meters. So boom angle range for the unladen conditions. Here you can observe this is the truck mounted crane building a bridge. Truck mounted cranes that are building a bridge. Here these can easily carry to the uh, larger distances from one side to another side, and also they can travel on highways. Depends upon the necessity of the broom, they have to be transported from one place to another place. All terrain cranes, mobile crane with the necessary equipment to travel at speed on public roads and on rough terrain at the job site, using all wheel and crab steering. uh, at combine the road ability of truck mounted cranes and the maneuverability of rough terrain cranes. These can carry heavy loads and move forward. These truck carrying the mobile loads. This is a net on rubber capacities with stationary capacities and defined arc over rear. Overhead cranes. The cranes are typically attached to the existing roof structure. Columns to support the crane runway are not needed. Overhead crane is used in the steel industries. They can be built using typical steel beams or a more complex box girder type. Here in the overhead cranes, these are mostly helpful in the steel industries, steel manufacturing industries. They are especially, and they are built typical steel beams or more complex box girder type. Here you can observe these are the overhead cranes here in this image. These are mostly useful in the steel industries. The floating cranes are used mainly in bridge buildings and port constructions, but they are also used for occasional loading and unloading of especially heavy awkward loads on and off the ships. These crane vessels are often used in offshore constructions, and floating cranes have also been used to salvage the sunken ships. These are helpful for moving up of these sunken ships to the shore of the oceans or mainstream of the bodies. In this image, you can observe the floating cranes, which are helpful to remove the wastage and also carry the heavy loads to the construction sites. While if any river body, the floating bodies are obstructions. These are the tower cranes. fixed to the ground on a concrete slab and sometimes attached to the sides of the structures as well. These tower cranes often give the best combination of height and lifting capacities and are used in the construction of tall buildings, provide high lifting height and good working radius, takes up limited area for the construction of these tower cranes, and these limited areas are major problem for the construction of these tower cranes. These are the best combination of height and lifting up heavy capacities. These are the parts of tower cranes, and here you can observe the top swing tower crane. This is the fixed tower, and in the top swing tower crane, it have fixed towers. It has fixed towers, swing circle mounted at the top. Swing circle mounted at the top allows only jeep tower top or operator cabin to rotate. Setting up and dismantling top swing crane requires more time and is complicated as compared to bottom slewing. The specifications of fixed tower crane. Maximum capacity of these fixed tower cranes is of 3 tons, and maximum radius it can cover is of 150 or 151 feet, and a maximum tip capacity of 1.1 ton. The hook height for base is of 127 feet. The common dimensions for the use of top slewing. The jib length is of 100 to 200 feet. The section length is of 10 to 20 feet. The base dimensions, that is by 13 by 13 to 20 by 20 foot. The tower cross sections 4 by 4 to 8 by 8 feet. The maximum lifting capacity at the end of this jib is 2000 to 10,000 lbs, and the hoisting and trolling speed of these top slewing is of 80 feet per minute. Bottom swing tower crane have swing circle located at the base, and the both tower and jib assembly rotate relative to the base, erect themselves using their own motors, hence also called as self-erecting or fast-erecting cranes. The main disadvantage of using these are low lifting capacities, limited mobility as compared to the mobile cranes. These are the hoists. These are chain hoists. Chain hoists are quite common example of hoist system, and it can be seen at most of the construction and industrial purpose. These chain hoists consists of chain rope and a pulley that is used to move the load from up to down. These chain hoists are designed for flexibility and durability, industrial applications with variable speeds and a load range from 60 kg to 2500 kg. The electrical limit switches and a mechanical friction torque limiter safeguards hoist from electrical or mechanical overloading. This is the boom hoist. Here, these boom hoists are used for lifting up of weights on the hooks that are attached to the special metal ropes designed to bear the maximum loads. Designed to bear the maximum loads. The boom hoist is mostly used as industrial machine where it loads the weight on containers. These hoists have load capacities of up to 500 kgs. Bibliography, the construction planning equipments and methods by Google Images Wiki. Thank you. In this lecture, we have seen of about the boom hoist, types of hoists and the trucks and the conveyors we have seen in this lecture, and meet you in the next class.